Hey, brother. Well, Jay, public speaking. Jay, I will say that when I was a kid, for about 37 seconds, I thought I was good at public speaking. Here's the link for that story. It's a good one. I'm alright. When it comes to public speaking or even just these videos, I can't even go back and watch my previous videos because it's kind of like hearing your voice on camera for the first time. It's like, I know I've gotten so much better at making these and it doesn't make me feel like I've come a long way. I'm just embarrassed when I see the old version of myself. So I'm not going to go back and watch that old video because it will hurt my soul, but I do actually recommend that you do because the story is like one of the best stories I have to my name. So I have definitely had my low points in my public speaking career, but despite that childhood setback, I do think that I've kind of developed into a halfway decent public speaker. And it's because what you said, Jay, actually knowing your topic. Back when you're in high school, you're doing a report on something that you have a very shallow knowledge of information on, and every time you reach in for another factoid, you're kind of overflowing a few of the other ones just into no man's land. Now when I'm asked to speak, I actually have the opposite problem. I know far too much about the topic, and I have completely lost sight as to how people view aquariums that haven't spent years upon years working with them. I'm just not good at all at deciding what's going to be over the audience's head and what is going to be generally consumable information. One day I was talking to a group of kids, and I referred to our jellyfish aquariums across the room as the two tall cylinders. The person who asked me to speak came over after the talk and explained to me that second graders don't know what cylinders are. She suggested tubes for the next group. I'd rather them not understand. One of the most interesting portions of my job to the general public is the fact that I can actually scuba dive in one of our largest aquariums. And I already know what you're thinking, and you're right. That is so interesting. Want to know what isn't? Explaining why I dive in the aquarium. Because people, for some reason, don't find it interesting when I explain to them that the reason why I go into the aquarium is to pressure wash the reef to remove any detritus that may have gotten lodged in any nooks and crannies of the rock. And what I'm doing is blasting it free from the rock to get it into the water column so it can be removed by mechanical filtration to prevent any type of spikes in unwanted nutrient levels. What they want me to be doing is high-fiving Nemo and playing hide-and-go-seek with Dory. So, today I have a towel section challenge. Towel section challenge.
Towel section challenge.
Towel section challenge.
When I wrote that, I'm assuming that future me is going to be able to find some sound bite or sound effect that's going to make towel section challenge sound really fun and exciting. But for the towel section challenge, explain to me something in terms that I wouldn't understand using only knowledge that you have and without doing any Google search. Because in order for me to be motivated to fix this problem, I need to be convinced that it is a problem. So leave those in the towel section down below, and Jay, that is everything that I've got for you today, man. I will see you on Tuesday.